Hafide, and welcome back to Weekend Edition. This is Rehash, where we recap the big stories of the past week, and this is the penultimate week of 2016. So Isa, you were up to something this week?
Yeah, so it's actually a story I covered this past week, but it's something I've also been covering all year long. So it kind of a good way to tie up the year. It's about school repairs at DOE, which have been kind of overdue and lingering for several years. And so, the big thing that everyone thinks about is Simon Sanchez High School. Last year, the school was almost shut down due to health and safety violations, but people kind of forget about the other schools. For example, Agade Johnson Middle School, they have these really bad awnings where school children just get drenched when they're walking by. They also have some power issues, so some parts of the school just shut down throughout the year because they have some kind of overcapacity with their electrical system. I don't really know what the issue is there, but so basically it's just a funding issue, and they've kind of been waiting for funding from the legislature. But these contracts to repair the schools haven't been going through, so Senator Atta will be discussing a way to kind of push that forward, hopefully find a way to get it done faster coming up next week. How about you, Ken?
Well, I covered medicinal marijuana. It's been 2 years since voters passed the referendum to allow for medicinal marijuana in Guam, and the rules and regs finally lapsed, a bill strengthening the rules and regs finally lapsed into law. But once it lapsed into law, Public Health was raising concerns, saying there's some logistical concerns, and that they were kind of confused about what actually passed. And the governor also noted some concerns as well, and instead is proposing, or is actually pushing for recreational marijuana. And he was saying that, based on how the other states are doing it, recreational seems like a much simpler process. And he even noted with the Medicinal Marijuana Act that this is another unfunded mandate that would cost about $8 to $10 million. And if people really want to see this thing move forward faster, that we should go that route. He's hoping to work with the legislature in the upcoming term to kind of move some kind of initiative forward.
And Esther, you did a story on the Congress?
Yeah, I had a really fascinating, it was a real uplifting tour of the old Guam Congress building, the new Guam legislature, which has been shut down for about 27 years because it was condemned back in 1989.
That was the year I was born.
It was the year you were born. And it's just a historic building. So much has happened there, and particularly in 1949 when the Guam senators at the time staged a walkout, which kind of led to greater self-government for Guam and led to President Harry Truman signing the Organic Act, which gave Guamanians U.S. citizenship. So it was a very historic building, and it's great to see it back in action. And I think you attended the actual rededication ceremony, and it was good to see all the old speakers there. And
my grandma actually went in. My grandpa was a senator at that time, and so she showed me his old office building where he used to work. So it was
a lot
cool.
of history in that building.
And it's great to see the Hagåtña revitalization in full force. Adjacent to that, we have the Guam Museum, and so much going on in that area. And for myself, speaking of Agana, the Archdiocese of Agana is being sued yet again, the 14th alleged victim of child molestation. This time it's Ramon Faisal de Plata, and he wasn't necessarily a direct victim. We have interviewed him back in September. He came forward after a handful of the other gentlemen came forward, alleging Apron that molested them. In this case, he is alleging that his abuser was Father Antonio Cruz of Chalampago, although he's now deceased, and that the church should have taken responsibility. Again, 14 victims, that's a lot, and I think we can expect more to come in 2017. The Archdiocese of Agana is, meanwhile, just in receipt of all the FOIA documents for Bill 326, which did pass into law. If you remember, that was a really big deal, because Bill 326 lifts the civil statute of limitations for child sex abuse, which made all these lawsuits possible. Again, if you'd like to give us a news tip here at the KUAM Newsroom, just email us at reporters@kuam.com. It'll get in all our inboxes, so for sure, we take a look at it.